When you walk through a mature forest, the overriding feeling is stillness. Above ground, a forest appears as a collection of solitary individuals, each tree standing quietly in its own slow competition for space and sunlight. This perception of isolation masks a complex reality. The physical gaps we see between trunks do not represent the true boundaries of the organism. Descending into the earth reveals a highly structured environment, dense with biological wiring. The soil is an active, engineered space where roots and fungi form a massive functional grid. Beneath the surface, fine threads of fungi weave through the earth, physically wiring the entire forest ecosystem together. Looking below the surface reveals an integrated biological system where survival depends on a continuous balance of cooperation, signaling, and adaptation. To see how this connection works, we have to trace a plant's physical root system to its edge. A tree's reach goes far beyond its root tip, extending deep into the soil through its fungal partners. This cross-section shows a thick root blocked from narrow gaps. The fungus grows microscopic hyphae, penetrating the tiniest micropores. Upon contact, a specialized membrane with biological gates controls exchange. The plant ships out carbon sugars, while the fungus delivers soil nutrients in return. The plant actively monitors this trade. If a fungus extracts carbon without returning enough nutrients, the plant detects the imbalance and throttles back supply. By increasing supply to efficient partners and cutting off poor performers, the plant manages a biological market driven by exchange and performance. These fungal threads continuously grow and branch out. Through a process called anastomosis, separate strands fuse together, physically linking the root systems of multiple plants across the forest floor. Inside this massive web, resources move according to biophysical gradients and biological demand. Fungi act as active transport mediators, directing nutrients and water where they are needed most. This map shows carbon traveling from sunlit hub trees to shaded seedlings. The network is a dynamic distribution system. It also carries critical information. If a tree suffers a pest attack, chemical warning signals travel through the pathways, triggering adjacent defense responses. Scientists map this architecture indirectly. Isotope tracing tracks carbon movement, and genetic sequencing identifies fungal partners, allowing researchers to verify the exact web pathways. Mapping these connections reveals a single, distributed organ system, where every plant is an active participant. The stability of this system relies on the survival of the oldest inhabitants, the central hub trees that anchor the largest number of fungal connections. Human activity frequently fractures this structure. Deforestation removes the vital hubs, while severe soil compaction from heavy machinery physically severs the delicate fungal hyphae. The consequences of these breaks are immediate. The surrounding vegetation loses its nutrient efficiency, and during drought conditions, the plants can no longer share water across the grid. Routine soil disturbance or localized logging triggers a rapid, systemic collapse of the entire network. Understanding the active machinery beneath the soil changes how we see the canopy above. Trees appear separate in the air, yet they maintain a continuous, invisible connection beneath the earth. The Wood Wide Web reveals the forest as a single, interactive, and unified living system.